guys, it's me. I'm back. What's up, party people? We're like, Mads, come on. All right, this show is taking a turn for the. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of MONSTERBASS Live. Glad to be here. We got a great show for you today. Samantha's going to be here, and she's going to be interviewing me. We're going to twist this up a little bit, mix things up. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. No technical difficulties to start the show. I got some proper lighting. I went to the back house and I took the lighting from when we had the whole setup and I set it up here so that way we could, it's not going to get dark and you can see my ugly face. So, yeah, we got a great show for you today. We're going to talk a little bit about Black Friday specials, golden tickets. I got to get ready for Thailand. I leave in 2 weeks. I'm so nervous about leaving. I got so much going on. My fantasy team, you guys, first place in both leagues. I won by 1.5 points. So I'm super excited because, as you can probably imagine, I like to talk a little bit of trash to all the people in my league. And so I'm doing really good at it. And check this out. Look at this. This is a new box for the kids thing. Like, I gamified the whole thing. Kids are going to love this. Right? Like, look at this. You ready for your little mission? I'm so excited for these boxes. They're going to love this. They're going to love it. And I can't wait to start pumping these out. I just got the samples. So, just in time for the holidays. But first, I need your help. I need all of your help. Don't ask for a lot. I need you all to send your positive thoughts and energy and good stuff into the universe tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. At 10:30 a.m., I'm presenting to Tackle Warehouse. They want to carry Monster Bass, and I got to give a presentation. So I need everybody to, I need it. I need you guys to, give me the goods. So... Man, there's a lot of people here. And I do want to start by saying I'm sorry for sending the first text out very early. I didn't realize that there was a setting inside of it that said, pick the time zone. And so I just said, I just sent it out. So I saw a ton of you guys in the chat hours early. So I appreciate you guys. So yeah, but man, let's see who's in the chat. Louis Sibley, James Anthony, New Fishing, Mike, Brewster, Armstrong, Harvey, Michael Lee. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Make sure you let me know in the chat so I can, I want to say hi to you. So Caro, T-Rex, that'd be amazing. Do it. Let's see, Mr. Gambit's even here. Brian Rand. Let's see. Trucker's Eye left his golden ticket in the boat. Don't worry. Just write down the numbers. We're all good. Man stuff, dad stuff. Buddy. Welcome, buddy. First time. Welcome to the family. Who else is here? RR, John Howe, Chaplain Caps here. Viper Vision. Who was first today? Louis Sibley. Nick Wolford. Yep. I screwed it up, guys. Trucker's Eye View. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Stephen Wiseman. Nelly Jelly Belly. A lot of good people. So I'm excited. So, yeah. We're going to flip this around. Brent, welcome to the second show. Happy to have you here. Yeah, we are going to flip this around today. And we're going to flip this around. We're going to bring on Samantha, who is relatively new to the Monster Bash family. And, we were talking and she said, I'd like to flip the script and interview you. And I thought, okay, we can do that. But before we do, I want to give a big happy birthday to the twins, Connor and Addison. Happy birthday! I hope your day's getting filled up. You're feeling special, lots of love, and it's the best day ever. So there we are. Okay, so let's do this. Let's give a big warm welcome. Let's bring her on stage. Let's give a big warm welcome to Samantha Olson. How's it going?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me back. I'm glad I left a good enough impression to come back for a second time.
Yeah, I like that. That sweatshirt. I don't even have that one.
You know where I got this?
I do.
On the website.
Yeah, I do.
Get you guys one.
Yeah, I do. I need to get one of those.
They are so comfy. I will say the crew necks and the hoodies that you guys make are the most comfortable. And Brent can attest to this. I wear them all the time. The inside of these are so warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them. They're not those like hard, like itchy, scratchy kind. They're super, super soft. And not just saying it to sell them. I'm telling you guys, these are the most comfortable hoodies and pullovers ever.
Yeah. I wear them pretty much 24/7 unless I'm going out to to dinner on a date where I probably need to look like I'm trying and not just constantly wear Monster Bass, but because I pretty much do that. So
yeah, very fair, very fair.
So what's going on? What's up with you?
Not much. I'm just super, super happy to be here. I've been getting to join the lives in the background and get to enjoy the community. And last episode that you guys had on with the veterans was just absolutely amazing too. So super happy to be here with everybody and really excited to interview you in the evolution of Monster Bass today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be a part of it. Last week's episode was really actually, I was thinking about it during the week and I was like, wow, that was really special. We got to hear from 5 guys and then all the callers that have called in to just tell their stories. And when I was at the Classic, I got to hear some stories from these guys and they didn't even tell you guys half of it. I was like, don't leave anything out, tell me all the stuff. And I'm just like, I mean, some of the stuff they were telling me was not only insane, it's totally unbelievable.
Yeah, I bet.
And yet it goes on. So it's crazy.
It was a great show. It was really interesting to hear a lot of the things that we that are so removed from that don't get to hear. So totally. To hear it tied into fishing, it's just absolutely amazing. And there's so many parts in just the world in general that fishing heals. So to hear that in that section is just amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So you want to take this over?
Sure. Do you want to do trophy room first and then we'll dive into it?
Sure, we can do that.
Get those guys.
Might as well. As you guys know, here at Monster Bass, we love to celebrate your wins, whether it's a small catch, your PB, or just something you landed this weekend. We want to share them. And so if you've got something, whether this is your first time or you've listened before, you just head over to monsterbass.com/PB, upload your catch. It'll go to the trophy room. We're going to see where you rank, and it gives you an opportunity to share your picture with the community. And if we use it, we'll probably find a way to send you something. So let's go to our first pictures here. This is Charlie in Virginia with a 6-pounder. It's a healthy looking fish.
Yeah. Definitely
healthy. This is David in New York with, I guess, a 9-pounder is what it says. Now, I don't know if this is David Alice or not. If it is, I wish I'd know because he also sent me a thank you note this week. So thank you for that thank you note. Let's see. We got Bill in Kentucky with a 41-pound catfish with his kid. And so I figured we might as well show that one too. Let's see. We got Bruce in Florida with a 7-pounder. I wish I could see the rest of it because it's probably a big fat tank. And then last but not least, we got Hunter in South Carolina with a 9-pounder.
Wow.
Okay, you guys at home, when you catch 9-pounders, can I please see your face? Because I would be so excited. I'd be like grinning ear to ear. My face would probably be so big in the picture that the fish would look so small.
You know they're grinning hard. When I had my 8.5, the smile on my face probably took up majority of my face, and it was there all day.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
they have to be grinning hard.
Totally. Now, before we get started, I want to grab one thing because it's right here. Somebody sent me. Before we get started. You know, I don't know if you've been on previous episodes where I've talked about going to being invited to weddings and all this stuff. Well, I just got another invitation for Crystal Velez and Victor Ureta. And they want me to head down to Magnolia, Texas in February for their wedding, followed by Mardi Gras party.
Wow. That's a party.
And I don't know who any of these people are, but I'll tell you what, they invited me, so
good looking couple.
I'm gonna see if I can go. We'll bring the cameras and we'll sit there and Aunt Judy will be like, "And who are you and why are you here?" I'm like, "Oh,
I was invited."
Yeah. Good question. Anyway, there you go. So.
Awesome. All right. And it does look like we have a couple comments in here too. It says Chaplain Cap said that his wife caught her PB this weekend on a grande bass airtail shaky head. That is awesome.
Oh my God. 8.7.
Dang.
Wow.
I got to get some of those. That is awesome.
Big Peppo. Wait a minute. That's your invitation? This is yours? No way. I mean, look at this, Victor. I mean, they even had a cartoon of them made.
That's cool.
This is insane. Thank you so much. I mean, I would have to get some Mardi Gras beads made and all these different things for this party.
He said, yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can't go. We're grabbing our beads and boots, count us in. Wow. That's really nice of you, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. That's so great.
All right. Are you ready to dive in?
I'm ready.
All right, you guys. I told Rick, I asked him before we started here, are there any questions that are off the table? And he said, no, ask questions away. So if you guys do have questions and we get to the point where you get to call in and ask questions, he told me no questions are off the table. So I'm going to guess that goes for you guys as well. Rick, you already agreed to it. So
yes, I'm in.
We're already there. So today we're really just going to kind of dive into the evolution of Monster Bass. I know a lot of you guys probably have been here from the beginning, but if you haven't, like myself, and I'm sure there's a lot of newer people on here, I think it's really, really great for us to know kind of where you started, kind of your background, where we are currently, and then obviously talk about the future. The future is really exciting, and I think that this company has nothing but growth and great things coming for it. So I know that myself and a lot of other people I've talked to would love to know kind of what's coming. So that's kind of the flow today. So we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah. How far back you want to go?
So I want to start with what did fishing look like for you growing up, and how did those early experiences really shape who you are today? So first, looking back into your first fishing experiences, how old were you, and kind of where did you start in this industry?
Yeah, so I grew up in Syracuse, and my home lake was Oneida Lake. And we did a lot of camping as kids. So my parents were both teachers, and every summer they would let us pick where we would go. So some school would be out and a week later we would leave and they'd say, all right, this year it's your turn to pick and you can pick any state you wanted. And I'd be like, all right, whatever, Florida. And we would drive to Florida and we'd spend some time and then we would just drive around the country for the rest of the summer with our trailer and our van and the cat. And whenever you're at campgrounds, there's always nothing to do but go fishing. And fishing was tons of fun when we were little kids. My dad took us fishing a little bit, but it was, fishing with my dad wasn't that much fun because there were so many rules. Yeah. It was like, don't talk. And I'm like, what do you mean don't talk? Like the fish are going to hear me? And he did a lot of trout fishing. And so my memories of fishing with my dad, like I don't have like these fond memories of fishing with my dad and all this. The memories I have, the earliest memories of me fishing were with my grandfather. And, my grandfather grew up, he was in Western New York and had hundreds and hundreds of acres of grapes that he sold grapes to Welch's for grape juice. And there were a bunch of ponds all over the property. And so he'd always take me out with a bamboo pole and the worms and we'd go fishing and we'd catch them. And it was so much fun. And that was fun. I think I had more fun when he'd take me to the bar afterwards because, Grandpa would take me to the bar. He'd probably drink his Crown and 7 or Crown and Ginger and smoke cigarettes. And I'd sit at the bar with my Shirley Temple. And I thought I was so cool because I was at the bar with my grandpa. And that was fun. And then as I got older, I really didn't go fishing much other than when we were camping as kids. Like, I don't think I fished 16 on.
Okay. And what do you remember fishing with back then? Did you have specific things that you stuck to, or was it mostly worms at that time? What did the industry kind of look like for you as a kid?
I used a lot of like Red Devils and spoons, and little spinner baits, like inline spinners, worms. I don't remember using any soft plastics as a kid. And of course, I'd always go into my dad's tackle box and take crankbaits and stuff that I didn't know how to use, and so I probably didn't have much luck with it.
Okay. But, did you end up having any accidents? Were you that kid that was swinging it around and hooked your dad, or was there any accidents that you remember?
No, it was just always my brother and me, and you'd be fishing, standing on the rocks or on the bank or whatever, and just trying to catch fish and meeting friends, and that's pretty much it. I don't remember catching I don't remember being a stellar angler as a kid. I just remember casting thousands of times trying to catch fish.
Awesome. And I see Cupcake here said, I can't imagine Rick having to be quiet.
Oh yeah.
Now I imagine that was a hard one.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. And so how did that kind of shape your experience of, I know you said you kind of fizzled out with fishing. When did you get back into it? And how did that kind of shape your experience into who you are today?
Yeah, it really wasn't until my son came to me one day and was like, Daddy, I want to go fishing. And I was like, all right, let's go fishing. And so I took him to this place called Troutdale. And it was a fully stocked trout pond, that anybody can catch fish in. And the problem with going to a place like that is you literally just catch so many fish so quickly that you're like, all right, we caught our limit. It's time to go. And we went. I remember, we went it 3 or 4 times, and that was really cool. And right around the same time as that happened was when I was approached by. I was working at an agency, and these guys came in wanting to build a website, and they wanted to sell fishing reports. And I was like, fishing reports? I'm like, and I was brand new to the company, and I excused myself. I went to the bathroom, and I'm like, Googling fishing reports. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, there's a million fishing reports. Why is anyone going to pay for this? And so I thought the idea was really stupid. And so I told those guys, I was like, look, I'm a big believer in karma. Here's 3 other agencies. They'll go build it for you, and they'll gladly take your money. I can't do it. And then the more I thought about it, that weekend, my son wanted to go fishing. So I took him fishing. And then I went to the store, and I was like, I don't know what to buy. There's so
Yeah.
There's 1,000 crankbaits. I can walk down the aisles and just look at the same stuff. And I have no idea what I'm supposed to be buying and what I'm supposed to be throwing and when and how. And I was like, I wonder if there's an opportunity here, because these guys just wanted to build something in fishing. And so I went back to them and I told them about this idea for a subscription box. And they said, nope. And they sat on it. And about 3-4 months later, Mystery Tackle Box started. And I went back to these guys. I'm like, look, here it is. It's the same thing. And they were like, I said, if you guys fund it, I'll build it. And you guys just give me a percentage of it. And that's when we started Lucky Tackle Box.
Okay. So it kind of started with that whole situation where you went with your son and you were like, where do I even start? There's so many different baits. I don't even know necessarily what I'm looking at. There has to be a better way to be able to bring education and these baits for people to try. And if you think about it, the subscription type of stuff has been big for a while, but the idea of a tackle box is great for so many people. It's not just like the makeup ones that they have or the clothes ones that they have. It's actually something tangible that people can take and learn from in pretty much any aspect in life. So that is really cool. So diving into that part of your life from when you pitched it to them and that started, what does it look like from then on?
I mean, it was really interesting because back then, there were a couple other players out there, but they quickly died off. There was really only Mystery and Lucky. And at the time, there wasn't this idea of like the Guggen squad, right? It was we're going to go out and get some influencers. They're going to work for us. And at the time, Lucky, I had Andrew Flair. I had Rob Turkla. And they kind of had AP Basson and John V. And there was no love lost. Like you would go to the Classic and it was either you were on one side or the other and you hated the other team. It wasn't like, it was friendly. Like the rest of the fishing industry was friendly. This was like, we're going to throw down in the street at the Classic because both sides hated each other. And it was so interesting. And, at the time, these guys were all small. And I was just like, look, I just want to be surrounded by good people. And I went to ICAST one year, and Mystery didn't buy the boys' rooms. And so my guys asked, is it okay? Could they stay in a hotel with us? And I was like, yeah, sure. As long as they don't trash the place. Well, they all got bombed, trashed the place, and we're like, it was insane. And that's when I like made a decision. I was like, you know what? I'm like, I get to choose who's gonna be around. I don't care how big they are. And I kind of kicked Turkla to the curb. And he was already doing some shady stuff, talking to the CEO. He was talking to Ross at Mystery, and he'd be on the phone with me. Meanwhile, I'd find out that he was actually in their boardroom, and they're pumping me for information. I was like, what is going on here? I'm like, no more of this. And so I was at Lucky for a while, and then the owner wanted to pivot the company, and he had this idea for, Mystery was already making their own line of baits, Carl's and Biospawn and some of the others. And Biospawn was like the only brand that they actually kind of like tried to make into a real brand. The other ones were just, let's just slap labels on it and do whatever. And my boss wanted to do the same thing, but he wanted to take it a step further. He wasn't even trying. Like he would literally, I'd sit around the dining room table with the team and we'd be like, all right, let's come up with names. And they'd come up with names like Clear Lake Lures. And I'd be like, that's a pretty good name, like Clear Lake, but then they'd order the baits, and he wouldn't even put like real UPC codes on the back. And I was like, you can't do this. Like if you're gonna develop a brand, you got to develop the brand. You can't just fake it and put out garbage because people are gonna know. And he didn't care. He was really all about the money. And so ultimately we parted ways because I was like, I can't be a part of something where like we're not even going to try. Like, if we're just going to like try and fool the consumer, like that's short lived. And so I ended up leaving. And, you know, on the way out, the guy wasn't the most respectful and didn't pay me all the money he owed me. And so I decided to go raise a little money and try and start MONSTERBASS.
Perfect. So that was kind of the breaking point for you at that point when they started creating their own baits that didn't feel genuine and authentic and actually follow kind of a brand. You decided this isn't right. And especially when they're doing shady things too, like that, that's just not good business.
Yeah.
That's kind of when you said, I'm going to go do my own thing, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And I can say, as someone who's had your baits before and even gotten to try newer baits, your stuff is so quality that you can tell, even from the packaging down to the hooks that you use, it's actually true quality. So just from an outsider's perspective, I can tell that a lot of thought and attention goes into those things. And that does bring us to kind of the present, so where we're at now. For MONSTERBASS, what would you say the mission statement is? What is the mission, the reason behind not just the box or bag itself, but the community as well? What are you trying to bring to everybody with this brand?
I think that I think when I think about MONSTERBASS, I tend to think of it as a community of like-minded anglers that are passionate about this sport, that want to learn about new baits, new techniques, and hopefully chase their PB. And along the way, if we can surround ourselves with really great people and have some fun and maybe help out some people in need, and I think we're all winning.
Absolutely. And one of the comments here from James Anthony says, one thing I'm finding is people still think MONSTERBASS is just a subscription box, and I have to explain all the stuff we have. I think that's so true, is that anytime I talk about it with people, I start out with it's a community and we have more than just a subscription box, because truly when we come on these lives or we're on Instagram and we're sharing and pumping each other up, it's truly so much more than just a subscription box. It's actually a lot more to it. And that does bring me to the question here. You have a huge passion and heart for kids and veterans. So talk to us a little bit about how you've tied that into MONSTERBASS and the other businesses that you've helped with as well.
Look, my first job out of college, I taught first grade, and it was the best job I've ever had. I loved it. I think that I think parents do the best job that they possibly can with the skill set that they have. And there's no book. There's really no book on how to be a good parent. We're just trying to do the best job that we can. And I think along the way, we make a lot of mistakes, some more than others. And while it may not be intentional, it happens. And I think that I love being a dad. It's my favorite thing in the world. And I think that the way that I parent my son has helped me heal my father wound and the things that I didn't get as a kid. And so I know that there's a lot of kids out there that have similar scenarios, right? Some grow up in homes that are single parent. Some grow up with both, and they're just, they're not present because they're working their asses off, and they're not always home. And some, because they're just dealing with challenges. And so even in scouting, right, like I've tried to create this environment where it's super safe for the kids to like talk about things because they're going through the same challenges that we went through. And if I can help them in any way, yeah, it makes me feel good. But I also know I'm changing their lives, and hopefully they're going to help change the world. And so anything that we can do to help the kids, I'm a big, I'm super passionate about. And then, I mean, when it comes to the veterans, to me, it's the simplest thing, right? Like, I say it and I mean it with all my heart. Like, there's not a day that goes by where take for granted, the sacrifice that their families and they made so that I can sit here and do this, right? Like, I didn't have to go shoot a gun. I didn't have to go man a line. I didn't have to get injured, get blown up, kill people, do stuff I probably didn't want to do, that they did in honor of this country and in honor of our freedom. And yeah, for that, I'm forever grateful. I'm forever grateful. And if I can help just one vet, I'll do it. I mean, I'll probably go bankrupt doing it, but yeah, I have a lot of respect, and there's a lot of space in my heart for all the veterans and active military, first responders, all that.
Absolutely. And I think anyone who knows you, Rick, and has been around in the community for a while knows you have the biggest heart. Just even taking in your friend, like you were mentioning a couple, episodes ago, and you're talking to me about before the show, taking in your friend and giving them a place to stay, and just what you do for the community. I think it's very clear that you have a big heart, and the fact that you left a possibly toxic company prior and started something for yourself that you knew you could believe in and you could start a community around, just shows a lot about you. So I hope you see it from the comments that are coming in. Everyone is super, super pumping you up right now, but I just hope that know that
thank you.
What you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so let me ask you this. So Monster Bass is tagged as the Better Box. Why do you call it, and why do you want people to know it as the Better Box?
I think it's tagged that way. I don't know that I would use that tag anymore. I think when we started as a company, it was we were a subscription box, and you kind of have to start that way. Well, you don't have to, but like, look, there are a million fishing brands in the sport, and you can make a great bait in your garage and never sell a single one of them. You can make a great bait in your garage and sell 20 of them. You may never sell them anywhere other than at the local fishing store in your community. And so I thought, like, if I could start a fishing subscription box, build some momentum, and then build a brand around it, I could build product lines. Kind of like I hate using them as an example, but look at the Guggen Squad. They got a bunch of guys together. They started creating content, built a big following, and then they made product. They built a following in the community around it, and then they pushed product. And so I started with the subscription and then started building product. And so when I think of MONSTERBASS, I think of it as a brand or a brand with a community in the fishing space that happens to have a subscription box. I mean, I would probably say, if I was to pick a hashtag, I'd probably pick Fish Better. My marketing company came up with Catch Greatness, and I was like, I don't know. But they're the marketing team, so I used that for a little bit. But yeah, I'm kind of liking Fish Better at the moment, because I don't know. I'm open to suggestions, whether you or everyone else has a suggestion for me on a hashtag, but that's kind of where I am.
Maybe 2026 is your new year, since we're talking about evolution, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys think of anything, drop them down below and we'll take a look at them for sure. Perfect.
So
awesome. And that does bring me to the question. So I have one here, but you choose very, very high quality baits to go in these. Mm-hmm. And I'd love to know from you, what does your choice selection look like? How are you weeding out baits that you wouldn't necessarily put in there, baits that you do want in there? What does that choice selection look like for you? And I know it might be a little bit different for each region, but when you're going through and picking those baits and deciding who to work with, what are some of the things that you're looking for?
So if I get 10 people in a room and I ask them what's important to them, they're going to tell me 10 different things. Some are going to tell me I want value, meaning if I paid $40 for it, I got to get $50 worth of baits. Some are going to tell me I want great colors. Some are going to tell me I want really recognizable brands. Some are going to say, I want you to introduce me to brands I haven't heard of. And so it's really hard. And so It's funny. Every time I think I've figured it out, somebody decides they're going to give me a verbal beat down on social media because it's oh, I like that one. Your PB delivered to you.
I like that one too.
I like that one. That's pretty good. So look, there are some things that I just can't put in the box. Like I can't put a deep diver in the box because if you're fishing from the bank, you probably aren't using it. If you live in Florida, you're not using it. I mean, you can give people reasons all day long why a deep diver should never make in the box, even though I'm going to put one in there like every now and then. Color selection's hard because, look, you could live 10 miles away and have a clear lake, and I could be 10 miles away from that and have just nothing but muddy water. And so, right, so picking colors gets difficult. Whenever I seem to pick like a regionally popular brand, like if I put in Razor Custom Tackle, which I think makes great buzz baits, he makes really good jigs. I get a lot of mail and they're like, this is cheap, whatever, discontinued stuff. And it's like, they have no idea. Whenever I try to give there's Rick Bradley from Army Bass Anglers has been hand pouring soft plastics for a while. And I told him, I said, he asked if he could put them in a box. And I said, listen, I'm going to get smoked if I do this, but I'll let you put some in there. You know, so he's hand pouring baits. He's hand pouring baits that are going to go in the box, and I'm going to get 1,000 bags. Not everyone will get them, but I want to help him. So it comes down to me trying to find the right mix of hard baits and soft plastics, preferably some terminal that's going to work with some of the soft plastics. Making sure it's the right mix of brands that you know and brands that maybe you haven't heard of, and then trying to get the dollar value up above where it needs to be so that someone's not like, oh. And then the hard part that really goes with all of this is I always tell the brands, I'm like, if this is like, if you're discontinuing this, or if it's, you know, I don't want it. You know, and only they know if they're going to discontinue it. The hard part is you get brands like Lucky Craft who overproduce their baits, and then they end up at Ollie's.
Yep.
And then you go to, and it's like, wait a minute, how can I win if?
Yeah, they're going to assume you got it because it was discontinued.
Right. And so it's really hard because when I buy stuff from Strike King, I know what their current sell-through rate is in any area of the country. And I also know what's considered overstock in any area of the country. And I can tell you this, that a Strike King Thunder Cricket, which could be the top seller in the Southeast, might be on overstock in the Northeast. And so they're going to sell that stuff to Ollie's, right? Or to whomever. So it's such a big game. It's such a big game to try and figure it out.
So anyone who complains about what's in their box, listen to that explanation, because there is really no formula to it, especially when it is going to be something that's regional too. So that's one of those things I will recommend. If you guys have friends or a partner, significant other who also fishes, you guys should both sign up for this, because let me tell you, Brent and I both got different colors. So while he got the orange ones, I got the blue ones of these. And then also he got the blue ones of these, and I got the orange ones of these. So I highly recommend, if you guys have other people in your life that also fish, get them signed up too, because then you can mix and match. Just saying.
Yeah. And one of the things we're going to do, because right now, a lot of it, most of it is my decision. And what I want to do is, and I said this on a previous show, is have like 5 teams of people. And every month we have a conversation about, all right, what are you using? What are you going to use in the next month? Like, you know, we made a matrix a long time ago. Alex Rudd made me a calendar of all the baits and colors that he uses throughout the year in his area. Ben Nowak did the same in his area. And we had all these different people that did it. I can't remember, like, and that's been a really useful Bible for me to look at. But I think it'd be really cool to, like, in the new year, like this week, we're going to have on James Anthony from the Northeast, or Brian Rand, and who helped pick these baits. And they're going to talk about why they're fishing these baits this time of year. And then we can go to the South and we can pick, you know, whoever, and just have everyone give updates as to, you know, why we pick these baits, because it's not, you know, it's not as simple as everyone thinks, you know.
I think that would be a great idea once a month to have like, why did you choose those baits and how would you fish it for each area? So that way they can almost like not defend themselves, but defend themselves in a way and kind of explain like, this is why this is my tried and true, like how serious Brent was. Instead of using underspin, he recommended that other one. He will, you know, pull the depth to explain it. He's wrong, but he is wrong. Okay. I know. But I think that would be a great episode for sure to have on there.
The other part, and I'll end it with this, is even if I want a bait, let's just say I go to Lunker Hunt and I'm like, Lunker Hunt, I want the whatever the bait is. They're either going to say, yes, I have it in inventory. B, I could produce it for you, but it's going to take this long.
Right.
Or C, you're going to have to wait like a year plus. I mean, I've had to wait. I remember when we got the Live Target Ultimate Frog. They came out at iCast. I placed the order at iCast, and we didn't have them for like 16 months. I mean, so everyone can tell me they want, you know, Megabass, but Megabass doesn't want to be in a box. It's not their brand, right? They'll sell. They were in Lucky Tackle Box one time. It was discontinued. And I said, I don't care because it's Megabass. I'm going to be able to tell everybody that I got Megabass in the box. So,
yep. Well, there's definitely, it sounds like a lot that goes into it, but that does bring me, I want to tell you guys too, anyone who has these, please make sure you guys do the product testing. It is really, really important for the industry and for these brands to know what's working and why. So when you guys get these boxes, don't forget to actually do the product testing code on there, because that is really important to get a little bow on top of that. And that actually does bring me to the future. So I want to ask you, what are you most excited to either build or to evolve in 2026 for this company?
Yeah. I think for years I've been the face of this company. And I think about the number of ads we put out, the number of videos that I've made, and I'll be honest, I'm going to venture to guess that 50% of the people out there that see that stuff either like it or they can't stand me because they've seen my face so many times. And I got to believe that that it helps my business if someone likes me, but if they don't, they're never going to sign up because, you know, look. Right? It's their right. They don't have to like me. Maybe they think my videos suck. Maybe they think I'm full of crap. Maybe they, you know, people are judgy as all heck. And they don't know me. They just see some video. So in 26, what I really want to do is build out a team. And of like 6 to 8 people, because it's hard to like, sure, the team's always going to be bigger. Like, you know, the community is really big, right? Everybody here is part of the community, but I'd like to have 6 to 8 people that really stand behind the brand, that love what we're doing, that believe in what we're doing. I'm not asking these 6 to 8 people to just blow smoke up everyone's butt and tell them that these are the greatest baits on the planet. They can fish with other baits if they want, but like, I really want them to be part of the ecosystem, to have their faces everywhere too, to have them be as much of the spotlight as me, so that I can then take that guidebook and expand it from what it is to what I think it could be. And that's a real tutorial. Like, I really think that we can spend a lot more time. Like, I'd love to have 6 to 8 videos per box with 6 to 8 articles, QR code to each of the videos, and really help people like learn and become better anglers. That would free me up to continue to develop new product and not have to do it on my own, because I'd have a team of 6 to 8 people that could help me with that. And then it would also give us the ability to do things like, whether it's monthly tournaments with the box, and or challenges, or find new ways to get people involved. I think it just frees us up and allows us to become a bigger, more vibrant community, and develop as a brand, and really, I think, impact a lot more people than we are capable of doing today.
Absolutely. I've heard a lot of chatter and buzz about how great having an online tournament type of thing for our community would be really, really cool too. So if it leads into something like that, I'm sure the people will be very excited for it. And like you said, it's hard sometimes. You get one time to make a first impression. And if they first see your video and for some reason they decide they don't like it, next time they see your face, they might swipe past. So having a team of people, I think, is super helpful. Not that you don't have a beautiful face that people want to watch, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Can you share any sneak peeks or ideas that you plan on coming up with next year? I did see someone asked a question that kind of went along the lines of, what's a bait that you've been wanting to create that you haven't yet? Can you share any little sneak peeks or visions on what that looks like?
I don't have anything here, but in my Tackle Warehouse presentation, I did give him a list of new baits that were coming. There is, let's see, I have a new jerkbait series coming called the Ambush. It's the Ambush 110. I've got a new version of the Mad Max Popper coming. I've got a new lipless series coming. I've got a new version of the Ragnar, a new version of the Patriot. We've got a new underspin. I've got a jointed swim bait that's coming. I'm working, I'm doing, I don't know if I can say the name out loud, but we are doing a collaboration with a pretty, I think he's a pretty well-known swim bait maker, and we are going to make either an ABS or a poly resin version of the ones that he makes by hand, and we're going to do that in collaboration with him. We've got the Lunker Stick Pros coming out, which will be here in December. I'm going to put those up on Friday for pre-sale. Speaking of the Lunker Sticks, there's a buy two for, it's gonna be live tomorrow, but in early Black Friday, buy two get two free of any of the Lunker Sticks, and that includes the BFS. I'll probably include the Lunker Stick Pros in those. What else? We've got the vaults. We've got a spinner bait, a crankbait, and a bladed jig box that should land anytime now.
Sounds like a lot.
Oh, the buzz bait. We've got a buzz bait called the Buzzsaw. I had one, but
did you say Buzzsaw?
I call it the Buzzsaw.
Very nice.
I don't know. Literally, I drink some wine and I'm like, oh, what should we name this? We'll come up with the Buzzsaw.
There you go.
Oh, a new version of the grass burner. I'm gonna burn all the old ones.
Why?
So
I liked it.
no, it's great, but here's the problem. Sometimes when I cast it, it lands on the wrong side, and so I cut one open. So I cut this open.
Yep.
And because I needed to see everything on the inside, and what I realized is that this much solid ABS it's weighted, but it's not weighted enough. And so what they're going to do is we're going to put where the hook hanger is in here, there's going to be a belly weight. And so even when it lands this way, the belly weight will turn because it's the shape of the belly weight is almost like a U. So it's going to constantly force it to fall over on this side. So I'm going to make a little smaller version of this, a smaller version. And so that's going to come out. I've got some new spinner baits coming with different materials.
And Rick, I do want to say on that real quick too, you guys, as you can see, all of your feedback that you give to this company he hears it and he listens to it and obviously is making adjustments. So that's just another great part of this community. And the feedback that you receive obviously goes into not deaf ears. Obviously you're listening and making changes. So kudos to you.
Yeah. I don't know. Those feel like the new ones that are coming, but yeah, I'm excited about the rods. Probably, there's going to be a travel rod.
Oh, nice. For me, someone that backpacks and hikes, that is going to be absolutely amazing. So I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming. We'll see what feedback Tackle Warehouse gives me tomorrow, and we'll see what they, fingers crossed, commit to, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. And I have one last question so that way we can wrap up and, of course, do the golden ticket because we know that's what everyone's here for. My last question to you is, what kind of legacy do you hope that Monster Bass leaves in the fishing industry? If it could leave, whether it's a sentence, a paragraph, whatever that is, what does that look like? What do you hope, what kind of legacy do you hope that Monster Bass leaves?
We may never become the biggest brand in the industry, but I'd like to think that our legacy is that we gave a crap about kids and veterans and did our part to help make this industry better than it was when we entered. I think that, I think with the help of the community, like, I'd love for someone to help run like the monthly tournaments for 2026. I would love, Marty Lawson helps me with, Monster Bass Cares. And so all the requests that we get, they just get sent to him, and then we make decisions on as to who we're going to support and things like that. I think it's just a matter of probably me being better at asking for help.
And that ties into what your goal is for 2026, doesn't it?
It does.
So it comes all the way full circle.
Yeah. So, I think in 2026, we talked about, having other people be the face of the brand more often. And we talked a little bit about it. You had approached me with an idea that I think is a really great one. And so I'm really excited to share with everyone here that, moving forward, you're going to be hosting Monster Bass Live like once a month, maybe a little more. We'll see. And bringing a fresh take on what we're already doing and putting your own spin on things and helping out so that I can get one night back to go focus on some of the other things that we're working on. And I'm really excited for you to take that over. I mean, I'm already, a lot of people don't know this, but Cupcake Coley has been working nonstop at contacting every retailer that carries Grande Bass, checking in on them. What do they need? Can we get them? Can we get them banners? Do they need samples? Making sure they're happy and reaching out to new people. We've got Mike Dove, who's contacting people on behalf of Monster Bass and really trying to grow that. So I think that, the more we can build out a team and have support and then pick from the community some key people that can be a part of this, I think the better we're gonna be in 26.
Absolutely. I think we have a really strong team, and I think thank you for giving us the opportunity to step up and do these really cool things and be able to help in the community, because without you allowing us to step up, that's not going to free your plate, So thank you very, very much for what you do for the community, what you do for us aspiring to be a bigger part of that community as well. So I'm excited to be a part of it. Very excited to get to do these Monster Bass Lives once a month. And just be a part of it. So thank you very much, Rick, for hanging out with me today and answering all my questions. I hope everyone in the chat had fun. It looks like there's a lot of good stuff coming through. So thank you again, Rick.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And I want to say thank you to everyone, everyone from T-Rex to James Anthony and everyone in between, Cap, and that literally like James Anthony, he might as well be my social media answer person. He answers every question for other people. When someone talks trash, he's like, well, maybe you should consider this. And he does a great job. And T-Rex, same thing. Carol, like all these people, you know, I could go down the list of people and I just want to say thank you because it does mean a lot. And look, social media gives everybody the ability to stand on a soapbox and say whatever they want. And good for them. And they all have the right to. But yeah, it's super helpful. And I'm super grateful for all the support that we do have. And it means a lot. It means a lot because it's not my community. It's our community. And I would love to find more ways to make it better than it is. And I don't know. I'm happy to open the phone lines if we want and take some questions or comments. I saw Gramps in here with the Chattergramps, and yeah, we're gonna make the Chattergramps. And I wonder if it's too late. I might have to text these guys. So yeah, I'm gonna put my phone number in the chat and I'll tag it here. And if for some reason it goes straight to voicemail, shoot me a text because there's something wrong with my phone. It literally goes to voicemail half the time when people are calling me. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. No. T-Rex. Let's see. Let's see. What YouTube anglers are we partnered with? I mean, I think it depends what Michael, when you say partnered. I mean, I think every person that has a YouTube channel and receives a box has the ability to make a video. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm quote unquote partnered with them. You know, there's a handful of people. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say.
On the website too, it does have a list of pro anglers that we're also with as well. So I know that some of those anglers are talking a lot about the products and stuff too. If you look on the actual Monster Bass website.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone's asking about points. All right, so we have loyalty program, and I'm going to rename it because I don't really like the name that marketing came up with. I'm just going to call them Monster Bass Bucks, and for every dollar you spend, you earn Monster Bass Bucks, and then you can redeem those bucks towards future purchases. They don't automatically get spent, so if it says you have enough to get something, you still got to spend it. I just don't take them from you and apply it towards your next purchase. Let's see. Would I be interested in supporting high school and junior leagues? Yes. I would say email me at rick@monsterbass.com and tell me what it is that you're looking for in terms of a sponsorship or partnership, and how do I benefit in return? Let's see. What else? AYO? What is AYO? I don't know what that means. Oh, and Michael Blue, like, are you asking to partner with me? Because if you are, email me at rick@monsterbass.com. Oh, we got a phone call. Hold on. Hello?
Rick.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Mike.
Mike, how's it going?
Good. Hey, my question for you, have you thought about doing like a beginner series? Like, I just got back into fishing this year, and I really appreciate the subscription box because it forces me to try new stuff. Have you ever thought of a line that way, or videos or whatever for the newer people?
Yeah, I thought about doing that. I mean, look, you go to our website, there must be 400 and something videos or 700 videos. And one of the things I thought about doing was like just picking out like 10 of them and so you're new to fishing, here's the 10 videos you should watch. Or, I mean, I have it in my Trello board for all the things I'm supposed to do. And I literally have Masterclass Texas Rig, Masterclass Carolina. And what I wanted to do was like create a guidebook just on the Texas rig. And I think the way we do it is, some of the months are themed, some of the months are seasonal. And so I thought about like, okay, let's take, and I'm just making this up. You take May and you make it the Texas rig month, and the whole guidebook's about the Texas rig and nothing more than the Texas rig. And then you could you could give those out you could send them out as PDFs. You could have them on the website. You could then create one-off purchase boxes. So, if you're new to fishing and you want to learn the Texas rig, here's the 5 boxes you should buy. I thought about like putting together, like, here's an intro to fishing kit that includes a rod, a reel, some tackle boxes and things like that. But then I always get stuck on what is everyone's budget, because everyone's budget's different. Because you could literally go to Walmart and buy a combo for $39 and go fishing, or you can buy a combo and spend $200 and go fishing. But I never know what everyone's budget is, and so therein lies the challenge. So I don't know.
Right. I mean, to me, like for me, I started in entry level. I want to work my way up. Like I want to know what's like. I want to get into bait casters. I want to know what's a good entry level bait caster, rod setup, whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah, I think therein lies like some of the goals for 26, and that's having Monster Bass Live topics where it's all about those things. Like, we're going to have Nick Smith, the informative fisherman, come on, and he's going to do a whole episode on selecting the right, bait casting, and like, what is a 641, 731? What the heck does that even mean, and why is it important, and why do you need different ones, and what's a good one for entry level, and all those different things. We're going to do some stuff about line and why to use different line. I know he's going to come on one time and talk just about frogs and how to fish frogs and things like that. But I think these are really good topics for future lives.
Right. I agree. Totally agree.
So,
well, keep up the good work. Good luck tomorrow. Hope it goes well for you, man.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Right. And go birds.
Go birds. Don't tell me.
Eagles.
Yeah, I know that.
All right. Take care.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Mm-hmm. And Rick, I'll add into that too for 2026. I want to, and I know Brent does as well, and I'm sure the group of community of us creators do. We want to help. So if we can help in any way of like, hey, let's come together and I'll make one video on how to use a new product or something that might be easier to understand, like how to use a bait caster, things like that, we can absolutely help. And I know that we're more than happy to. So maybe for 2026, us creators start getting involved in making just short how-tos and things like that. We'd be more than happy to help.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be fun to put together, like to come up with all 12 themes for 2026, or maybe 10 of them, because I don't know that I could work on January with anyone, because I'm going to be gone most of December. But like let's come up with a theme, and let's say it's Texas, where we could pick different baits for different areas of the country, different colors, different things like that, and that'd be cool. I mean, I've even toyed with the idea of just putting less hard baits in the box.
I am a fan of a soft bait, so I love my soft box.
Right. So, all right, let's take another call. Hello, Gramps.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How you feeling?
A whole lot better than I had been.
That's so good.
Yeah, I got Ralph messaged me that you guys were live and talking about going to Tackle Warehouse, so I had to hop in the stream real quick and take a break from my studies for a work test that I'm working on. But yeah, I just had to call in and say hi.
Hey, you're Indiana Hoosiers.
Isn't that something?
I cannot believe it.
Yeah, it's been a wild couple of years, and we're all enjoying the fact, we're not talking smack yet too much to the Ohio State, to the Buckeyes and whatnot yet, because we're kind of like those kids that are just happy with each win as it comes.
Yeah, totally.
But it's been something special. Are you guys still live?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I stopped the stream when I dialed in, so I just wanted to make sure. But
Yeah.
it's been a long time since I've called in, and since I hopped in, I figured I'd pop on and say hi and to let everybody know that I'm getting better and stronger. I'm back to work. And recovering a little more each day, and finally got my voice back and getting a little stronger each day. So we're just working on getting healthy and healing. And it's going to break my heart probably not being able to fish until probably 2027.
Really?
But so here's the thing: my heart is okay. The problem is 2 weeks before my heart attack. And I don't know if everybody knows what happened, but I was doing some yard cleanup with my boys after a tornado hit us earlier in the year, and I ended up overextending and reaching up, cutting down some trees, and ended up with a double hernia. Yeah. And 2 weeks after that, before they could get that scheduled, I had what I thought was a light heart attack. But the funny thing was the hernia kept me from going and fishing a kayak adventure series event, which had I gone, I may not be on the phone with you here today. But because that hernia knocked me off the water, not able to drag a kayak and river fish and all that, I felt the tightness in my chest going to work one day and decided to get out of the carpool and go up to the VA and get checked out. And 2 days later, had an open heart surgery that went 11 hours, multiple bypasses, replaced a valve and repaired another, and almost took me. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks and have been recovering ever since. But just to let everybody know, I'm fine. By the grace of God and a bunch of good doctors at the VA. Who happened to work for Indiana Health, and but what that leaves me with is still having the hernia, so I can't overextend or strain myself too much. I'm going to try to get out in the boat instead of the kayak in the spring, and try to be gentle, if you will. Maybe fish for crappie, bluegill, if we're still doing monster bass, panfish baits. That may be what I end up doing for the spring and summer, but they won't do my hernia repair surgery until after I've been on the Plavix for a year, because they have to run those blunt thinners to keep my heart totally clean while it fully repairs over a year. So might be able to get out and fish. I just got to be real careful. If I do, it'll be in the boat. But I'll be putting some of them monster bass bags to work on spinning rods because I have to take it easy. Yeah. But I'm going to try, but I'm telling myself in my head, if I can't, that's just part of the healing process. As you guys all know, I've been working on losing weight over the last couple of years. I'm down 124 pounds now. So perhaps by the springtime, I'll be even more so, but I've been getting my steps in and still eating good. But I wanted to thank the whole Monster Bass community and everybody at the Fishing with Grants Fishing Fam who texted me, called me, asked me if I needed anything. I mean, you did. Several of my other, peeps that I work with have, and everybody that's probably in this chat right now was either texting or messaging me, checking on me. And I wanted to thank everybody for the prayers and love. And, I'm still here, part of the Monster Bass community. I'll be Monster Bass for life. It's just the way I am. And, I just wanted to call in and say hi and let everybody know I was doing okay.
Well, I'm glad that you did. Glad that you did. Can you pick up the grandkids or no?
Well, they're all getting a little too big these days anyway, but they've been giving massive hugs. My youngest one, the youngest two are still, is your heart okay? But the grandbabes are wonderful and have really done a great job getting me through all of this. That is for sure.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, it's great. I'm glad to hear that you're on the mend, and hopefully you'll be fishing soon.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I put everything away for this year, but yeah, we'll be making boat content probably next year if I can. Like I said, I got to be careful, but if I can manage it, I will, gently.
Yeah.
But you know, I still want to. I still want to, you know, keep the channel going. Obviously, it'll be on hiatus, you know, until spring. But yeah, we'll do what we can. I'll probably like I said, once I get this test done for work. It's funny. I have a master's degree in my field, but I have one more certification that I got to get done for the job role that I'm in, and I do that I go take that test on December 22nd. But after that, you know, I'll probably get back in you know, doing some videos over the winter, you know, as each bag comes in, because I'm 6 months behind on my monster bass videos. And we'll get back to it as we can, but
don't worry about it.
it's taken me a while. But when I heard you say that the new sticks were coming, I got super stoked about hearing that. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
And of course, Tackle Warehouse, that'll be a huge deal. I would love that.
You and me both. Let's hope so.
I'll let you guys get back to it, but I just wanted to call hey and say thanks and appreciate all your guys' love and support, you know, while I was down and fighting back. That's for sure.
Yeah. Good to hear from you, Gramps.
All right, brother. Appreciate you all.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
No, that was so good. That was so good. Yeah. Glad to hear him. Good to hear his voice. So, I don't know if we have any more calls, so guess we can move on to some golden tickets. I don't know. Should we move on to golden tickets, or should we just cancel them?
I don't know. I feel like people might be here for the golden tickets.
I did show you guys the box, right? I mean, come on. Like, look at this thing. Kids are going to love this. I hope they love it. All right. You guys know the routine. Your box has an individually numbered golden ticket. If I call your number, email me at rick@monsterbass.com. I need two things besides your name, your cell phone number, and address. I need your PB and your shirt size. The zipper on your new bag broke the first week. Ugh. I don't understand these things. I mean, look, they're bags. I'm sorry. I didn't make them. You'll get another one. I apologize. Let's see those golden ticket numbers. Look at all these Chris Phelps. Yeah, go ahead. Use your previous numbers, golden tickets. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm calling some numbers. Wow, Scott Harvey's got one of the originals. Look at that, 6,000. Yeah. Big Peppo, what do? You work for the government, clearly. Sorry about that, but let's see some golden tickets. I'm going to give you guys a chance. I already got my first one picked. Yes, Free Bait Friday still going on. Oh, yeah, I found out what they did. So the guys that handle my SMS sent it to the wrong group. So some of you might have gotten it, some of you might not have, but I'm taking it over. So I'm going back to being in charge of Free Bait Friday. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Golden ticket numbers tonight. 82430-49203. If those are your numbers, email me at rick@monsterbass.com. Hook me up with your name, your address, your cell phone number, your shirt size, and your PB. I'm going to send you something. And And I want to thank you guys for coming. I'm not sure where Samantha is. I think she got cut off because she disappeared. But I'm grateful that she was here. I'm really excited that she's going to be taking over and leading some of the episodes. I think she's going to bring a lot of energy and some good conversations. And I'm really happy to have her as part of the team. I'm happy to have all the people that I've mentioned. I'm happy to have all of you guys. And if I don't see you guys next week, I hope you and your families have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to do a show. I think. So, and Big Peppo, yeah. Thank you. I don't know if I'll be able to attend your wedding, but if I can come, I'm going to come. So listen, I got a lot of exciting things coming, and make sure you guys, 10:30 tomorrow, lots of positive energy. Need it all. I need all the help I can get. So, look, you guys, have a great night. You guys are all the best. I love you guys, and just be good humans. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.